Sorry for no audio in the background for the gameplay because it was taken from my stream, which is linked in the description below. And now I'll do the review. Far Cry 6 is so fun, and I strongly recommend it. I haven't beaten the game because it is very long and you can't beat it in a weekend, but I'll be streaming the entire game. I'm gonna link my Far Cry 6 streams in the description below. Think of this video as an impression of the game so far. I've been playing for over 10 hours, like, I think maybe 13 or 14, I don't remember, but, a long time. Also, the funny moments will be made eventually, but I don't know when, but I'll make it eventually, like I said. I don't know when, probably before the end of the month. This game is very familiar yet different enough where I feel like it changes Far Cry. The story is great, the pacing is good, and you feel like it is progressing enough without slowing down. But I don't know if it will be stretched or have a bad ending because I haven't beaten the game yet. The villain so far is great, but I don't know if he will be worse later, but so far he's pretty good and well acted and entertaining. Also, the main character is great. I played as Danny, the female Danny, and she did a great job. She gives the character a lot of personality, and so far the main character is way better than Far Cry 5 and New Dawn because they have personality. Also, the characters are fine. They each are distinct and have their own personality, and whether it's serious or humorous, I enjoyed most people's performance so far. Also, the world, some characters are bland though, mainly the serious characters, but yeah. Also, the world is great. The game takes place in the fictional country of Yara, which is basically Cuba. The game is very atmospheric in the cutscene and in the world. And it displays poverty very well. And the game does feel empty in some parts though, and I do want to get this clear though. That the game doesn't really do anything super well. It just does everything fine. So don't expect a 9 out of 10 story or world. But it does these things fine, for like, it does it good, just nothing like that is amazing. Does that make sense? Now on to the gameplay. The gameplay is great. There are a ton of guns and all of them can be used, except for some where you're probably gonna throw them away because you have way better ones. But overall, everything's useful for your own playstyle and whatnot. Also, even if you haven't, even if you have a rank 1 weapon, okay, you can still use it in the higher rank areas. I've explored some of the main city of Yara, right, Esperanza. I explored some of the city there, and it's a really high rank or whatever. Even the island above it, I explored it in the stream from yesterday if you want to see for yourself. And I did fine, even though I was fairly early, they weren't spongy, they all had armor though, but I was still able to kill them because I had armor piercing. And if you want to keep and use your starter guns till the end areas, all you need to do is just upgrade them, and now they're viable. I like the ammo type system, but fire ammo, poison ammo aren't amazing. Fire ammo can be good, but poison, I don't know. They feel more lacking compared to, like, blast ammo feels more lacking. Well, these ammos feel more lacking compared to the other ammos, like soft bullets and armor piercing, but blast ammo is very, very useless in my opinion. I mainly use an RPG, okay? So then I could have my machine gun to have armor piercing instead of blast ammo. So yeah. Also, since you can't change weapon types on the fly, I wish you could have 6 or 7 guns in your weapon wheel, because there are so many different ammo types that each for their own scenario, that sometimes I don't like running an RPG, right? But when I have to take out a chopper, I have to switch in the menu, get my pyro techno out, or my RPG, whatever, like firework RPG thing, they shoot a helicopter with, which it can get kind of annoying. That's why I wish we could have more, hold more guns. Also, the companions are useless. In Far Cry 5 and New Dawn, they were actually useful. and worked, but in Far Cry 6, they just bug out or straight up don't attack unless you manually tell them to, which is annoying because when you're in the heat of battle, you can't really do that. Also, sometimes even when you manually tell them to attack, sometimes they just, like, when you tell them to attack someone, they sometimes don't. On the bright side, there's finally variety in enemies now. There are tanks, helicopters, planes, footmen, armored people, heavy armored people, who can even put shields down when they are reloading, so you have to go up behind them, shoot them through Molotov or whatever. I like this a lot, especially the poison flamethrower dudes, because if you light them on fire, it ignites the poison thing or whatever and blows them up. I find that really cool. Also, there are animals that can kill you, and a lot of animals. Now onto gunplay. The gunplay is smooth, and there are a ton of varieties of guns. There's unique variants of them with cool skins and whatever, and cool stuff, you know. There's also revolver weapons, which are like Dead Rising weapons in terms of how they look and stuff. They're really, really fun to use. Like the Macarena gun, where every time you shoot it, it also plays the Macarena at the same time. I find that really cool, and all of the guns are different and feel different, you know. Also, now on to something called Supremos, which are backpacks with different abilities like homing rockets, poison gas, EMP, or more. And more. And more like, just a bunch of other stuff. But, they can be upgraded to be better. And, you can also upgrade them to carry different things, like different type of grenades, and I like the upgrading system, but there is basically no hunting in the game. You get gunpowder material and materials by exploring the world, but to upgrade and whatnot, but there's basically no hunting. There's also, well, there's hunting, but for the most part, it's useless. Also, the base upgrading mechanic is great and not really tedious. Now into the map. The map is fun to explore with tons of cool weapons to see, a lot of cool landmarks to find, and really fun to explore. Now on to value. Can't really speak of it now, but so far it feels like there's a lot of content. Main missions, side missions, treasure hunt, races, chicken fighting, and more. Now on to glitches. This game is pretty buggy. I haven't had it crash, but my friend had 2 crashes. Also, sometimes the enemies, they get stuck in a walking loop and weird stuff like that. You know, well, like they're like glitching back and forth from 2 different positions. So then you have to go up to them, shoot them. It's really annoying to shoot them, you know. And that happens actually a good amount of times, which kind of sucks. Final verdict. The game is good, but doesn't do anything like super special. It's a lot of fun though, and I do recommend it. It has some good ideas, a fun gameplay, and a decent story, but it's pretty buggy. I recommend the game, but if you hate bugs, maybe wait a month or 2 and for the bugs to get ironed out. But so far, it's a ton of fun, and I recommend it, and that's about it, and bye.